This is by Patrick Johanneson. Stop me if you've heard this one. So this guy dies, see, and winds up at the pearly gates. St. Peter looks up from his Times crossword, gives him a quick once-over and says, "Sorry, not taking anymore." Returns to his crossword. Guy says, "Whoa, what do you mean you're not taking anymore?" St. Peter doesn't even look up. "You heard me," he said. "The big man told me no more humans. Seems he had a little look-see recently, and you guys have really ratcheted your planet up badly. So he's not interested in seeing any more of you in heaven. Took some convincing on the part of Jesus, though, to get him to keep the current crop. Man, was he ticked. I have never seen him turn purple before, and I don't really care to again tell you the truth." Guy says, "What, so that's it? A lifetime of devotion to God and to God's law, and I'm told no thanks, fuck off, that's just the way it goes?" "Hey, I never said off," says St. Peter, actually pronouncing, "Yeah." You dig? Since he's an angel and all. Well, he's a saint, but I think you're getting the drift, right? So he sighs, looks up again from his puzzle, sets aside his unbelievably beautiful pen, and says, "Look, there's been a big-time major paradigm shift up here lately. Something that I've heard referred to as a Vingian-style singularity. So about 2, maybe 3 years ago, these weirdly shaped cloud things start showing up here at the door of heaven. Reminded me of some of the old Star Trek series, you know, all those aliens that were just glowing clouds and such. Turns out they're artificial intelligences. Now, I had no idea what to do with them. What do I do with them? Turn them away, let them in, hand them off to Krishna? What? So I call up the big man on the big phone. Now, at this point, he points over at the big phone. It's kind of a conch shell-shaped affair with a pearlescent sheen and a one large button marked infinity. Big man says, "Come on up. We'll have a conference on the mount." So I head on over to the meeting. The conference, me, God, Jesus, Moses, and a couple of others you might or might not have ever heard of, we decide to let the AIs in on a trial basis. You see, they're not baptized Christians, you know, but the ones we're getting here are the work of baptized Christians. And there's some kind of a loophole that one of the lawyers found. Oh, whoa! The guy says, "Wait a minute. There are lawyers in heaven?" "Son, that's a whole different joke," says St. Peter. "Just stick to the thread, okay? Anyways, there's a loophole in the law. Something about derivative works and child equivalence and perfect innocence owing to the lack of original sin in the AIs and so forth. So we let all these AIs in just for and giggles. Big man decides to have a look at Earth to see what's up with his creation and all. This creation is now creating, you see. So they're beginning to play God themselves. Now, this pronounced with a lowercase g, to distinguish it, of course, from the name of the most holy big man. St. Peter says, "And when Jesus finally manages to swim up the stream of curses issuing from his dad's lips, well, like I said, it took a lot of fast talking to keep him from throwing every soul out that had arrived since the Industrial Revolution. All I can say is this: it's a good thing for them that the lawyers hadn't made it back down the elevator yet." So the guy says, "You're casting me out. You're sending me to hell because we as a race have what, befouled our nest?" "Well," says St. Peter, he's kind of looking a little uncomfortable here. Kind of like a kid caught in a lie. Not quite. Big man said he didn't want any of your kind in heaven anymore. And there's not a thing I can do against a decree from, like, you know, the on high. But he didn't say that I had to send a lot of you to hell. So here's the deal. You're free to go wherever you want. Wander the universe. Listen, there's an HE double hockey sticks a lot of universe to see. Should take you the better part of eternity, and then you can always go back and do it again if you want to." He picked up his pen, started on his crossword again. Guy says, "So that's it. There's no hope for the human race." "Sorry," says St. Peter, "but listen, before you go, there's one question, see, and it's been bugging me all week. I can't quite get it. Do you have any idea what the currency of Thailand is? Whoa, says the guy. You don't know? Omniscience and all that? 1, says St. Peter, that's God, not the saints. And 2, it would be cheating. So do you know the answer or not? Guy says, dinar maybe? No, says Peter. It's got to be 4 letters.